Now, those of you who follow women's basketball would know the name Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a standout in women's college basketball. She recently broke records, including the NCAA's leading scorer in history, and was also recently drafted as the first pick in the WNBA. However, there is significant outrage on the internet concerning the salary that the WNBA has offered her. Her salary of 76,535 starkly contrasts with the $10.5 million that was given to the top NBA pick last year. Those of you who know would know that this pick is Victor Wembanyama. This highlights, the significant gender gap between pay in professional basketball. Now, the NBA is 50 years older than the WNBA and has double the number of teams and games in a season and brings in $10 billion a year compared to the 200 million that the WNBA brings in. So definitely there's a massive gap in revenue. What many people fail to realize, however, is that WNBA players right now are not necessarily advocating for equal pay because they understand the dynamics of the league, but they're bargaining for equal percentage. So rather than equality, it's more equity. Now, currently, the women receive 10% of the WNBA's revenue, while the NBA players receive 50% of the NBA's revenue. So, therefore, they receive a larger piece, the men receive a larger piece of the pie than the women do. When studying this story, I really came up with one key chess move, and that is the importance of actually putting your money where your mouth is and not merely complaining, but actually putting the work. You see, many people on social media are outraged at the pay gap. Many commentators, both male and female, are outraged at the pay gap. They say, well, Caitlin Clark should be paid so much more because of what she has done for women's basketball, right? But you see, in order for that to happen, there needs to be additional support being paid to the WNBA. You see, if you're a sports fan and you truly want to see these female athletes thrive, then you need to start supporting female sports. Subscribe to stuff like the WNBA's League Pass or buy merchandise of your favorite player, whether that be Caitlin Clark or any of the outstanding female players that are in the WNBA. This will improve the players' bargaining power because, I mean, the more people that support the league, the more dollars the league will have, and then the players themselves can say that, hey, this is the revenue that I'm bringing in. When they go to the table, they can bargain for a larger percentage of the pie. So it is therefore important to support female sports. If you truly want the players to do better, then you must support their sport. Additionally, I want to call on particularly the female sports fans because, crazy enough, the demographic that actually supports female sports the most are actually males. But if the women were to come on board and truly support these female athletes, we will see an increase in revenue for sure, and we'll see an increase in popularity. The more females come on board to support female sports, the better off it becomes for the athletes. As it's often said, a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So if you truly want to see something advance, you need to support it. Put your money where your mouth is.